Sophia is by having an education in investing itself, and also part of the course that you said is part of social media engagement. Is that what you
Oh
said
no,
earlier?
it's us founders
Okay, so
learning
you
about me.
actually, yeah. So that was part of the question that I had for you in terms of how has
Okay,
multimedia itself
changed.
changed you for as a business owner, in the way that you've conducted work, um, compared to the past. So now
Right.
there's another checklist of things that
Things we need to answer, sure.
no
Um,
business owners
oh,
need to learn about is that,
yes.
because part of the question that you had earlier to me was like, oh, what kind of mic are you using? Do you use a lav mic? And that's the kind of things now that on an online economy where everybody's online courses, you're
Yeah,
creating an online course, everybody needs to know this. It's not just a podcaster thing, it's a business owner thing,
absolutely. Like
right?
I
And if you're
think
behind,
everyone,
if you don't know it.
I think everyone who has anything to do with, actually it's not even consumer. If you are in a position where you're going to be doing podcasts or doing any video recording, I mean,
Yeah.
this, I have to say, this is a skill set that I only started learning about when we launched our brand, our sustainable fashion brand, and all. And this was when we realized, wow, it's actually really expensive to hire video people and hire
Yes, it is.
professional photographers. So, and video editors, right?
Yeah.
So actually we bootstrapped so much of that ourselves. Like
Right.
we had to teach ourselves. We taught ourselves logo design.
Hmm.
We
Very
designed
good.
this ourselves. Um, and it's not just
Wonderful.
like, oh, go on Canva. No, we actually had Adobe Illustrator. We had to, like, understand design,
Mhm.
what is our inspiration. I mean, really the whole thing of teaching yourself skills that you don't have because you are a business owner, right? And you want
Right.
to bootstrap as much of it as you can,
Mhm.
especially in the early stages. So
Right.
yeah, we actually had to, we bought our own light kit
Good.
on AliExpress.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we use for all our photo shoots, right? And so we a friend of ours did the photography, but you start to learn about, okay, image,
Yeah.
lighting, and I mean, it's not technical. It's just you have to, it's part of your business. Then you
Yeah.
then have to think, okay, what looks good on social media?
Mhm.
You have to, I mean, especially if you have a consumer facing brand, I mean, you have to have a social media presence. It's just not an, it's a table stake, as I
Right.
like to say now, right? You have to understand kind of what are the images that your target demographic want to see. And it was definitely, it still is a learning curve for me to make sure I'm using social media in the way that really leverages kind of what we're doing, and showcases the brand. I mean, you know just for example, on our brand and all, I was on a live stream shopping event on a platform called Shop Stream 360. And while I was doing the live stream, I was also doing an Instagram live, right? And right away you've got content for your social media, right? So it's kind of like you have to be really thinking about some of these tools. And look, digital marketing can be a deep dark hole that you're just
Right.
throwing cash at, right? um, and so I think that you have to be, especially as a kind of a small brand or startup brand, you're getting started out. I mean, I think you need to be really smart about how you're using these social media tools, because there are tools you can use a lot of these things. It's really actually about, ways of using them that showcase what you need them to showcase. So one of my businesses that we're launching in the next sort of few weeks
Mhm.
is a female investor education platform that is a for-profit business this time. This other business that we're launching is a platform for women to learn about investing.
Okay.
The thing is, and we're tackling the gender investing gap, right? We want to get more women being serious and being engaged in their financial future, because women already earn less than the men thanks to the gender pay gap. And they also invest less, which is called the gender investing gap. There's also something called the gender funding gap, because I don't know if you've heard the stats, but they're really scary. Female founders only get less than, well, they've been getting less than 3% of VC dollars. In the
Wow.
pandemic, it dropped to 2.3%. So,
Oh, wow.
and so everyone says, well, so there is a huge kind of aspect of wealth creation that is still not there for women. And there's a lot of different reasons. A lot of them are systemic. And so we really have to look at the entire system from start to finish and see, what can we do to change that, there's more gender parity when it comes to opportunities for wealth creation. And
Okay.
Sophia means wisdom. So it's a platform for women to
Mhm.
learn, invest, and change the world, as we like to say. So it's basically our initial kind of offering is going to be a digital education
Wow.
a course, and it's about angel investing. It's taught by three of us co-founders. So anyway, so we've been recording videos, we've been doing podcasts. So yeah, so I think in addition to kind of the digital aspect, we're also doing in-person courses
Mhm.
about angel investing to really get women investing, because there are a lot of other reasons why women aren't getting funded, right, as entrepreneurs. One reason is that there are not enough women investors, right? The stats are super stark. I think globally there's only 4% of women managing money in the investment management industry. The numbers are really painful.
So globally,
And
the numbers
so
are small. Yeah.
numbers are very small. And so we really want to make sure that, we're part of the change, right? That we are building this incredible community and these resources for women to learn about, to be part of the innovation ecosystem.
Wonderful. Did you mean that you want to have greater inclusion of women investors, meaning more people who are saving more money, more making investments in stock market, or are you talking about private equity investing more businesses that are started up by women?
Good question. So generally speaking,
Mhm.
we want to see more women investing, right?
Okay.
Because there is still a gender divide
Mhm.
when it comes to investing. I mean, I think in in many societies, women still just aren't investing enough, right? And that's for many different reasons. One reason is they just don't make enough, right? And so the money that they
Yeah.
do have,
Mhm.
they save it, they spend it on their kids, or not spend it on the kids, but it's for household expenses or things like that,
Right.
right? So or they just women will save it and just not invest it, right? Because they think, oh, that's too much risk for me, I don't want to lose it in the stock market, right? So first goal is to get women investing, period, right? Now the second thing, and that's kind of what we're initially targeting with Sophia, although we're certainly looking at broader wealth creation, right, and financial wellness as a topic, um, is that there are a lot of women who we call them accredited investors, right, who have a certain amount of wealth. um, they have great careers, but they're still not investing as much as they could, or they're not really kind of looking at angel investing. And you've been an entrepreneur, and
Yeah.
it's like there's not that. I mean, I think we're increasingly seeing female founders, um, but I think female investors, that's still few and far between. I mean, I'm an angel investor, and I remember I taught myself angel investing, right, by going to angel pitch nights, and really taking the time to educate myself on it and network with other angels. But I didn't really know any female angels. It was all men angels, right? And so we want to make it more normal. We want to see more women involved in innovation, right? Because your money is your vote, right? Like you vote for the world you want to see. And so, you know, how are we going to get more money in the hands of female founders if we don't have female investors? And look, the reality is angel investing, there's a lot of things to learn for sure, right? But it's actually a very interesting thing to learn. And it's a very useful skill set
Yeah.
to build on in the future. So I think that's why we're basically making it easier, right, for women to be angel investors. And that's a very critical thing. It's get educated, join a community,
Right.
to kind of learn about it, and join a community of like-minded women who also want to do the same thing and learn together. So that's really what we're doing.